have great respect for Scott Steiner. This is a much-deserved, well-earned award and honor. So let's induct Scott Steiner into the Professional Wrestling Progress Hall of Fame.
The good thing about going last is everybody wants to go home, which matches my personality because I usually don't talk too much. But I like to say that my brother and I, we've wrestled in some of the most famous arenas in the world. Probably Madison Square Garden, probably the most famous. We wrestled in front of 193,000 people in Pyongyang, North Korea, 75,000 in Tokyo, Japan. But without a doubt, today, being in a little small building down the road in Waterloo, Iowa. Yeah. It was very important to me because that was a lot of history for me. Because it's not the building, it's the name on the building. And Dan Gable, I started out in 8th grade, amateur wrestling, and then I was hooked from there. Got all the magazines, followed it religiously. So then last night when Leroy Smith came up to talk to me and introduced himself, said, "Hey, I know exactly who you are." And I saw Chuck Yeager, I don't see him now, but I saw him earlier. I never met the guy, but I followed his career, so I knew exactly who he was. I have always respected for, once you're in the sport, always strive to be best. And like tonight, I met Randy Couture for the first time, and every time I saw him fight, I've always rooted for him because amateur wrestling is a small, tight group community, and his coach at the Olympic Training Center just happened to be my coach when I was a freshman in college, and I was thrust into wrestling against a guy who was training for Olympics and who eventually was the first American to be an Olympic champion for the United States in Greco-Roman wrestling with Steve Frazier. So I always cheer on Randy for that simple fact, and I have to thank Steve Frazier and Mark Trella for taking me under the wing. Because without them, I really don't know where I'd been, Because amateur wrestling is a hard sport. If he knocks you down, you got to get up. You lose, you got to figure out a way to win. And I've always taken those lessons that I've learned in amateur wrestling and applied into my professional wrestling career with the 23 years. And it's helped me out tremendously. And another thing that amateur wrestling provided me with was a scholarship to the University of Michigan, where I was an All-American. Met a lot of great people. Like my brother said, Mike. Mike was a good friend of mine, and he's been there since we left college. And my brother and I, and Mike, we had a lot of fun. And I've been advised by Mike not to say anything, because the statute of limitations is so low. Being a World Tag Team Champion with your brother is a big thrill. Being a world champion is also a great thrill. But the greatest thrill of my life and best person I've ever met in my life is my wife. July 14th was our 14-year anniversary. And I love her more today than when I met her. And she gave me the two greatest things in my life, rock and band. My family is my life. My life is my family. And I'd like to say in closing, it is a great honor to be inducted to the Dan Gable Hall of Fame. I really appreciate it.